That's one of the projects that I'm working on. I don't know that I can, speak to a lot of the politics, other than our own tribal politics, but that I have the privilege of working in a healthcare environment that is, in a sense, federal. Our health department is tribally owned and operated. We contract with Indian Health Services. One of the startling statistics that I learned years ago, that we have these treaties and things like that with the federal government, where the federal government is obligated to fund health care for American Indians. And when you look at the funding for Indian Health Services, it pales in comparison to the funding that's provided to inmates, prisoners who are in federal prisons. If you look at the funding for VA hospitals, and I respect our veterans, but the funding for American Indians needs to be right on par with our inmates in federal prisons and at the level of the VA. So we've got some work to do with that. And my last point that I wanted to make, one of the reasons I went into public health as well as medicine is this interest in preventing diabetes, which means preventing obesity. And as concerned citizens in the state of Wisconsin and in the world, we have created, and our predecessors have created, a world in which our children have a smaller life expectancy than us, whether that's by these profitable health insurance companies or businesses that prey on communities of color, whatever that is. We have created a world where our children expect a shorter life expectancy than us. And I believe it's up to all of us to change that. And each of us can do our own thing for that. And for me, that means the programs that I'm working on, that means doing clinical work and meeting with patients one-on-one in the exam room, and working closely with my own community and family on a regular basis. So thank you for your time and attention.
I don't have any slides. I made no preparations. In fact, even this morning I was thinking what my role was on this panel. I mean, we've got some pretty well educated and activist people up here. And so I guess as I'm sitting here listening to these people talk, it occurred to me that what I'm representing here, as ethereal a representation as it may be, is I guess I'm representing the people who all of these people and who all of you are fighting for. By the way, I appreciate it. I'm kind of at a loss of where to begin. I suppose there's lots of things I could talk about in the construction industry. One of the things that occurred to me is that probably 95% of the people I work for who are underinsured or uninsured are absolutely opposed to any kind of change